How's it going, class? My name is Michael Sandar, and today I'll be doing my philosophy presentation on Hilda Taba, education in early life. Hilda Taba obtained her bachelor's degree at the University of Tartu in Estonia. Her degree was in education and history, but when she finished her degree, she moved to the United States to continue her studies. Taba went on to obtain her doctorate degree from the Teachers College, Columbia University in 1932. Taba pursued becoming a German teacher at the Dalton School in New York City. Taba was strongly influenced by John Dewey's educational philosophy. Taba believed John Dewey's philosophy allowed children to learn by doing, created an environment that reflected democratic ideas, and helped students prepare for life by developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Taba created the Intergroup Education Project, which was launched in New York City in 1945 to help prevent and respond to racism, prejudice, discrimination, and anti-Semitism towards students and increase the understanding of students who are from different cultural backgrounds. Why should Hilda Taba matter to you? What if the educational framework provided to you was rooted from a theory that came to life centuries ago? Hilda Taba was an influential figure who significantly contributed to the development of the curriculum utilized by public schools in today's educational system. Her goal was to design a teacher-centered approach to the development of a relevant and effective curriculum based on student needs. Her work significantly influenced the way classrooms are structured today. Hilda Taba's strategy was to help people reflect and understand how they experience the curriculum, promoting active student involvement and enhancing critical thinking and reasoning skills. Who was Hilda Taba and what shaped her ideas? Hilda Taba, an Estonian-American educator and curriculum theorist, was born on December 7, 1902, in Korosate, a small village located in the Russian Empire. During her earlier years, Russia was politically transitioning due to the implementation of policy aimed at imposing Russian culture, language, tradition, and political control over non-Russian inhabitants. She passed away in 1967, but her legacy established the blueprint currently used in curriculum development and the creation of adaptable, effective learning experiences for students. Taba's work emerged during a time when society was undergoing major changes such as the rise of behavioralism in psychology, the end of World War II, and the growing influence of John Dewey's educational theories. During the 1940s and 50s, the United States education system transitioned from traditional one-size-fits-all model to a less methodical, student-centered approach of learning. Influenced by John Dewey's educational philosophy, culture, politics, and social change, philosophy, pragmatism of progressive education, Taba created a structured model that integrated culture, politics, and social change, reasoning and learning, and experience and evaluation for curriculum development. She stressed the importance of developing cognitive skills, both the ability to process, learn, and perform, and the ability to think democratically, integration of the individual thinking and collective values. She believed that education should go beyond memorization, and she encouraged students to analyze, integrate, and apply knowledge. Education should challenge students to think critically and for a deeper understanding, learning with comprehension. What was Taba's theory of curriculum development? Hilda Taba believed and strongly advocated for an approach to curriculum development that adhered to the needs of students. Rather than one that focused on mandates, she believed that the education should go beyond memorization. It should encourage students to analyze, integrate, and apply knowledge. Education should challenge students to think critically for a deeper understanding. Taba's curriculum model, also known as the grassroots approach, consists of 5 development processes. 1. Analyze and identify student needs, problems, and interests. 2. Formulate clear and measurable learning objectives. 3. Select learning material that is relevant, significant, and consistent with social realities. 4. Organize content to promote effective and engaging learning. And 5. Evaluate curriculum to determine if objectives are met. This step-by-step process to Taba's theory requires the educator to access student needs, set clear goals, and choose and organize meaningful content to teach, and evaluate and adjust to the curriculum based on the results and student feedback. Taba's theory promotes relevance, encouraging student engagement, and places emphasis on the use of critical thinking to solve problems. Taba created a 5-step process that is dynamic and flexible, enabling educators to tailor and modify the curriculum to student needs. Taba's legacy in modern education and why does it matter? Taba's theories establish the foundation to the constructivist constructivist approach seen in today's education system. Her model remains relevant because it focuses on the social interaction necessary to maximize understanding, to improve critical thinking, and encourage student engagement and teacher participation. With ongoing diversifications, Tabba's method continues to align on tailored learning to real life realities. When you were in school, do you remember need assessments, collective group work, project-based learning, and student reflection? And these were all influenced by Tabba's theory, as they allow students to use critical thinking and develop empathy, open and understanding of the opinion of others. Tabba's focus of active learning can help foster a classroom environment where students are not passive receivers of knowledge, while also encouraging educators to move past focusing on standardized tests, but rather focus on student-driven lesson plans that the individual needs. Does Tabba's theory fit in my teaching philosophy? Some key points of Tabba's theory fit into my teaching philosophy, align with my future goals as an educator. Okay. Emphasizing a student's needs and interests, developing critical thinking and reasoning, skills promoting discovery, learning, encouraging students' participation, engaging in inclusive teaching, and continuous evaluations of curriculums are elements of Tabba's theory that I would incorporate in my teaching approach. These elements helps each student actively learn a topic, irrespectively of their level. Educators can track student progress and tailor the curriculum to student needs. Implementing Tabba's theory is time-consuming and labor-intensive. Diversity and varying individual needs can pose challenges in creating a curriculum that meets all the students' needs. Overemphasis and prioritizing the process can result in time taken away from other essential academic requirements such as tests and projects. Reflecting on the value of Tabba's curriculum theory. Let me go ask you guys a question. Think about when you were a student in school. What would your classroom be like if there was a curriculum in place that was not only tended to every student's needs, but was also flexible enough to adapt to change? Now that you have developed a vision of this classroom environment, did learning about Tabba's theory help you form this picture? Yeah, personally, I think it did help me because, honestly, when I was in public school especially, I think my teachers were only focused on state tests for about 3 months of the year and not teaching about basic mathematics and, math, English, writing, history, science, all stuff for like high school and middle school that we would need. We only focused on state tests. And honestly, it kind of took a halt in my education. Only until I got to private schools when I was really taught that state tests were not prioritized. That's the only time I really found an evolution in my education system. And when my teachers really started focusing on science, English, writing, history, mathematics, like in a student-oriented way, to where they assessed student needs. Because I was in private school, but public school, it was all for get ready for the state test, get ready for the state test, get ready for the state test, and that was the only thing we focused on. To conclude my presentation, Tabba's curriculum development theory is a flexible blueprint that facilitates student learning with comprehension and the development of critical skills. It is an inclusive and flexible form of education where individual needs are the center of the lesson. As an aspiring educator, I plan to use Tabba's theory to create a classroom environment where students can feel fully engaged in the learning process rather than memorize spoon-fed material. I hope you guys liked my presentation. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great day, everyone.